Okay, we moved here in 1974 because my husband got an assistantship at UAlbany and I got a job with the state. So we moved here from Long Island, and we moved to St. James, which is off of Delaware Avenue. We didn't know anything about Albany, but we knew we wanted to live in the city. We didn't want to live in Clifton Park, even though they tried to tell us that when we went to the housing office at UAlbany. They said, oh, you don't want to live in Albany. But we did. So we moved there in a two-family house. It was very nice, but we weren't thrilled with the neighborhood at that time. We had to go to Del Mar to buy food and all. So after living there for about 5 years, we looked around and we decided that Pine Hills was the best neighborhood in terms of all the opportunities there were to walk to the Price Chopper, to go to the library. The school was about 2 blocks away. We had the Madison Theater, banks, we even had a hardware store at one point. The post office right over here. So, you know, it was incredibly convenient, and I was able to take the bus right downtown to my job. I started out with working at the child abuse registry, the hotline, so worked there for about, I don't know, maybe 4 years, and then I had another job at the social services department, which was with older people. It was like having to do with people who were living in the community but needed help. So I did that for a while. Then I stayed home when I had my kids, and then I went back to work for the state education department. And I worked there until about 3-4 years ago when I retired. Even though I lived in suburbs when I was living on Long Island, we always were kind of close. I mean, it was the kind of place where you could still walk everywhere, and we just didn't want to live someplace where you were sort of isolated and you had to drive everywhere.
The idea of a community,
right?
You like that?
Yeah, we wanted to be with sidewalks. We wanted to be where you could meet people, where your kids could play. We're just not the type to want to live. I mean, the lady there said, you know, why don't you move to Clifton Park? I was like, ooh. I mean, even now I don't like going to Clifton Park.
Yeah.
Or just, you know, some people just love the suburbs, some people like the city. It just depends, you know. I mean, there are a lot of problems living in the city, but I think the benefits outweigh that. But we had gone to school. My husband and I met when he was going to New Paltz, and I had a job around there. And we wanted to return there after he got his degree, but one thing leads to another, and we've been here now for about, I don't know, 40-some years. So.